I'm Jackie Franchuli for Gators Territory, and alongside me is Noah Locke, and we're here for Gators Media Day. So, how excited are you to be back on the court and starting practice a little earlier than normal?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. I mean, we got a whole new team basically, and I mean, it's gonna be some new experiences for us. Guys, we're gonna have to learn how to play together, and I'm very excited for these new things.
Yeah, 9 new faces. You went from being the youngest guy on the team to being one of the oldest. How has that transition been for you?
It hasn't been that bad. I mean, last year, I feel like some us as a freshman, we were thrown into the fire pretty early. I mean, we went from starting basically like our third game, and we played a lot. We got a lot of minutes. Got a lot of experience, and we learned pretty quickly. And I felt like maybe towards like that midway through like my freshman year, I felt like I was a sophomore already. So I mean, I feel like I have a good amount of experience here in the league, and so it wasn't really as hard for me.
I remember your breakout game was really those games in the Bahamas. When you look back at that, and I remember you telling us that you were still trying to figure out being a college student and being a basketball player and kind of trying to adapt to all that. When you look back at that and look at yourself now, how have you changed?
I've changed a lot. I mean, I've matured a lot. I mean, I feel like, these certain things, being on your own in college, I mean, it forces you to learn really quick. And I feel like I learned those things really fast. I mean, especially, given all the, things that I had to do. I mean, I was kind of forced to be like a leader on the team, coming in as a freshman. And, I mean, I just, I prayed a lot. I mean, I thought in my room a lot about things, and, I just had to, like I said, mature early, and actually, talk to like my older brother and some of my parents, just asking them for advice on certain things, and I feel like I've, became a much better player and person.
I know you said you were kind of forced to be a leader last year just because of the circumstances around the team, but now, I remember Mike White said that maybe at spring last year, you and Andrew Nembhard kind of went into his office and said you guys wanted to help lead this team. What have you done really to take this team and be its leader?
I've been just helping them out as much as I can. I mean, not just on the court. I mean, I feel like leaders, help off the court also. I mean, I feel like not just being such a goody person, like yeah you're doing so good, like I don't feel like that's leading. I mean, I feel like you can still talk to them and tell them things that they're doing wrong. Maybe you can still tell them things they're doing right. I mean, just having a good mix of everything, just being the guy that knows what's going on, and trying to help them out, and having being able to accept what they have to say too. I mean, it's not all about just me telling them what to do. I mean, being able to understand what they're saying and helping them out doing that certain things too, like that.
You're speaking about handling stuff off the field, and it seems like this team, they're so much expectations already, and you guys haven't even practiced together yet. So many new faces. Is that part of what you're saying that kind of help these younger guys say, what, we have expectations, but we kind of have to temper that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of things. I mean, one thing that I always I've been talking about a lot. I mean, it's just that, guys have the experience. I mean, they have the experience for themselves. Like, I can say all I want. I can say all I want to them without them, playing one game. But, I mean, they have to see how it is. I mean, they have the experience and be able to, see things for themselves, for me to be able to, help them out after all that has happened. I mean, once they figure out, once they, play a game, like, and play in it, like, go through a practice and, starting to feel some type of way about certain things, then I can help them out even more. I mean, I've been helping them out now, but, like, I can help them out even to a further extent once, we start to really get going and, maybe some adversity starts to hit and, trying to help them out through those certain type of things.
Have you seen the locker room change a little bit? It seemed like it's so much turnover. I expect there's going to be a locker room vibe change.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, guys are really connected right now. I mean, I feel like we connected way earlier than what we did last year. I mean, when I came in, it took me a while to really get to know my teammates, and they would, like, right now. I mean, a lot of guys they all have personality. I mean, guys are like, want to talk, have fun, maybe, go hang out, go get something to eat. Like guys is like wanting to do that. And then it's not like certain different groups that like all hang out with each other. Like we all hang out with one another. And, and that's one of the things like last year that, even me and Andrew talked about. We talked about, we wanted to like make the culture is like one, not just like split up. I mean, and us having so many new guys, I mean, we forced it to them. Like, that's pretty much all they couldn't know, because when they first got here, I mean, if they see us like all together as one, I mean, they have no choice but to be all together, because that's how we like based it. So that's one of the things that me and Andrew really talked about last year. As like next year, we wanted everything to be as one, and guys to really like each other and really hang out with each other a lot. And
have you seen like those new guys kind of buy into that pretty quickly?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, because they've told me that. A few of the new guys on the team have told me, at their high schools it was like that. I mean, their high schools, they had families. I mean, they were upset that they were leaving them. Like they want to come into another family like that. And that's what I came from too. I mean, I came from like a team that was like really close, and that's just the best way to have it.
And you came from far away. You're coming from Maryland. You got Scotty Lewis coming from Jersey. So do you feel like now you have that family environment that maybe wasn't there last year?
Yeah, I feel like we have that for sure. I mean, it definitely could be, a little bit more opening up to where, I feel like I can say whatever I want to KJ, or I can say whatever I want to Scotty without him taking it personal, or like me being able to, talk to him about just anything. And just being open with him. I mean, it's always we just basically getting here. I mean, once we start to go through the fire together, go through stuff together, I feel like guys will open up even more, and that'll make us even more closer. But I feel like we have a much higher step than what we were last year at this point. Yeah.
Actually, Mike White mentioned Keontae Johnson during his presser. He said that he's more matured now as well. He said that he was a guy that last year took a little while to kind of work on that accountability, and he really grew out of that. Have you seen that?
Yeah, no, I've seen that for sure. It took him a little while to really realize, but the reason why I think, because he had three freshmen. It was me, and Andrew, and I guess he felt like, because we started to adapt pretty quickly, and once he, saw that we were doing it, we were adapting. I mean, he felt, he had to grow up. Like I said, like before, it forces you to grow up fast. I mean, once certain things are going a certain way, I mean, you just have to adapt to it. And I felt like he adapted really well, and he's definitely gotten so much better at it. He's starting to lead guys more. He's starting to, know what he's saying out there on the floor, and it's definitely helped us out.
I know you're not focused on March, April. You're focused on practice first and working as a team. But how far can this team go?
I feel like we can go as far as possible. I mean, if guys, do the right thing as a culture, as a team, be able to play as a team, be able to not have any egos, not do any of those type of things, I feel like we can go as far as possible. I mean, I'm talking like, Final Fours, national championships. Like, if we really lock in and be able to max out, I feel like we can definitely do that.